Welcome to this math session. Last week we learned how to solve problems involving decimals. Today we'll learn how to round and order decimals, as it is a skill you need to master in maths to enable you meet your competencies. Let's proceed. When you have to round a number, you're usually told how to round it. It's simplest when you're told how many places to round to. But you should also know how to round to a named place, such as to the nearest thousand or to the nearest 10,000th place. You may also need to know how to round to a certain number of significant digits. We'll get to that later. In general, you round to a given place by looking at the digit one place to the right of the target place. If the digit is a 5 or greater, you round the target digit up by 1, or otherwise, you leave the target as it is. Then, replace any digit to the right with zeros, that's if they are to the left of the decimal point. Or else, you delete the digits, that's if they are past the decimal point. To round this number up 5 places or to 5 decimal places, first, I count out the 5 decimal places and then I look at the 6th place. I've drawn a little line separating the 5th place from the 6th place. This can be a handy way of keeping your place, especially if you're dealing with lots of digits. The 5th place has an 8 in it. Looking at the 6th place, I see that it has a 2 in it. Since 2 is less than 5, I won't round the 8 up. That is, I will leave the 8 as it is. In addition, I will delete the digits after the 8. Then our final answer, rounded to 5 places, is 2.13268. Let's try another example. To round this number, first, I go back to the original number, not the one I just rounded in the previous example. I count off 4 places and look at the number in the 5th place. The number in the 5th place is 8, which is greater than 5. So, I'll round up in the 4th place, truncating the expansion at 4 decimal places. That is, the 6 then becomes a 7. The 8256 part disappears, and the number rounded to 4 decimal places becomes 2.1327. When rounding, you only start with the original value. Count out to the specified place and round. You never round from the right. Move step by step to the left until you reach the specified place. For instance, if you were told to round 5.7445 to 2 decimal places, it would be wrong to say, well, 5.7445 rounds to 5.745, which rounds to 5.75. This is wrong. Instead, use the original number, mark off the place in question, which would be 5.74, then with your slash 45 behind it, and round from there to get 5.74. Now, let's try rounding up numbers to a named place. Rounding works the same way when they tell you to round to a certain named place, such as the hundredths place. The only difference is that you have to be a bit more careful in counting off the places you need. Just remember that the decimal places count off to the right in the same order as the counting number counts off to the left. For instance, to round this number to the 10th place, the nearest 10th, means that I need to count off 3 decimal places, which is the hundredths, thousands, and the 10,000ths, and then round. When I do this, our final answer becomes 2.1. Now, let's move to ordering decimals. Ordering decimals is easy. When given numbers to order, either from least to greatest or vice versa. For example, to order numbers To order the numbers 5.05, 5.15, and 5.0015 from greatest to the least, first thing to do here is write the numbers out, writing out decimals beneath one another in the right place values. You can go ahead to fill the spaces with zeros if you want, so they all have the same amount of digits. Next, we begin comparing each digit from the left to the right. We can see that all numbers have 0 in the ones place. We can't really tell which is bigger with that information. Then, we move past the decimal point to the tenths place. The largest digit in the tenths place is 1. That makes 5.15 the greatest number. We can cross that out to compare the remaining numbers. To do that, we move to the next place value. We can see the 5 is greater than 0. That makes 5.05 the next greater number, and 5.0015 the least. From the greatest to the least, we have 5.15, 5.05, and 5.0015. Let's try one more example. To order this number, first thing to do here, like the previous, is write the numbers out, writing one decimal beneath another in the right place values. Next, we begin comparing each digit from the left to the right. We can see that all numbers have 0 on the ones place. We can't really tell which is bigger with that information. Then, we move past the decimal point to the tenths place. In the tenths place, they all have 1 in the tenths place. So, we move to the next place value, which is the hundredths place. We can see the least digit in that place is 0, making 0.102 the least number. We can cross that out to focus on the others. Next, still on the hundredths place, comparing 2 and 1, we can tell that 1 is least. That makes 0.1102 the next number in the series, while 0.12, which is the greatest number, the last number in the series. From the least to the greatest, we have 0.102, 0.1102, and 0.12. Go ahead to try your hands on these few problems. You can proceed now to Google Classroom to finish up the assessment there. This brings us to the end of this lesson. Maximize all the resources posted on this platform to stay on track with your learning. Kindly click on the like and subscribe button in order to stay tuned to the Abarso channel for more videos. Thanks for watching.